Hello everybody and welcome to a very cold episode of A Slice of Fries to Gold. It's freezing, Ben. Winter has finally set in and I don't like it.
Yes, it has decided to turn up all all of a sudden without sort of like any warning or anything.
It was literally overnight. It was bloody awful.
Yeah, there's been no gradual oh, I'm going to start getting cold now. Are you ready?
Yeah. No, it was woke up in the morning and you were like, everything is icy.
Yep.
It was awful. But anyway, if you're joining us for the first time, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below on this week's topics. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review and comment down below as well. Ben, how are you?
Yes. So speaking of it being cold, this will show you how cold it is. I have considered buying a thicker duvet.
Good Lord.
I know. For the viewers at home and the listeners at home that don't know me, I normally sleep with a 0.5 tog summer duvet year round.
Yeah.
Year round.
Yeah.
And this year I've woken up a couple of times in the morning and gone, yes, I might get myself a thicker duvet.
I bought a thicker duvet a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Last year, I think it was, maybe. Year before. I don't know if it's an age thing, because I used to be the same thing. I used to sleep with a 0.5 summer all the time, but now I can feel it in my bones, man. In my bones.
Well, this is the thing. I was telling my mum and everything. She was like, are you getting older? And I was like, ah. And then she made another comment and I just went, well, I sleep in the nude. And she was like, you don't. I was like, yeah, I do.
Well, yeah,
and she's like, since when? I was like, since I was like an adult.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's tell a lie. Like when I was at uni / when I had housemates fresh in London, I slept in boxers just in case.
Yeah.
You know, especially when I had crazy housemate down in Orpington, because you never know what might happen and who you might have to. What's in my jigger face? Why have I gone this way?
Yeah, what?
I'm off in my own little world.
Just loop.
Yeah. So anyway, I slept in boxes then, but it's sort of like the moment I sort of after that, I was like, no, screw it. I'm gonna sleep in the nude. Because the thing, my parents have made comments like, oh, we can just nip through your flat to get at the backyard. I'm like, well, if I'm asleep, you're going to see something you don't want to see. You know? And they're like, what do you mean you sleep in the nude? I'm like, because I do.
Yeah. My winter mode is just a t-shirt.
Oh no, I'm still in the nude now.
If I'm cold, then a t-shirt. But most of the time, yes, nude.
Yeah. So for me, it was when there was sometimes when I'd meet up with people and they would wear socks to bed, but nothing else.
That's weird.
Yes. Thank you.
That's psychopathic tendencies, that is.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And like, what do you mean? I'm like, why are you wearing the socks? So like, I wear socks to bed. I'm like, but nothing else? You know, you've looked yourself in the mirror and gone, yeah, socks are what's needed.
This is the look.
That's going to be the new thing. It's like, socks and sliders, but the socks stay on. So I've considered buying a thicker duvet.
Okay.
As you are aware, I've also been donated a dining table from some family members.
Yes.
Thank you, family members. Very well appreciated.
Yes. However,
and I don't want to say this without sounding ungrateful and everything, but I was donated a dining table.
Yeah.
No chairs.
Yeah, I know.
So when I got the message from my mum of, your uncle's donating a dining table, your dad's gone to go get it, and it'll be in your flat waiting for you. I was imagining, when I obviously she'd just put dining table, but I was imagining set.
Yeah, of course.
So I was thinking,
like any logical person.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, oh, I'll put this there, and I'll put this there, and I'll move this around, and I got home, and it was just the chair sitting just the table sitting in my hallway. So I got upstairs. I'm like, where are the chairs? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, the tables have appeared. Has Dad left the chairs in the car or something? Has he been lazy? And my mum was like, no, you haven't got any chairs. You've just got the table. I was like, but they've had a new table. And she's like, yeah, just a new table. They like the chairs, so they've kept them. I was like, okay, weird, but okay.
Yeah.
Because now I've got a dining table with chairs that don't match it, and they've now got a dining table with chairs that don't match it. And it just...
Yeah, well...
I did not understand. I get that, some people like the whole crafty, furniture doesn't all match and everything. But I get that in cafes and restaurants and everything.
Yeah.
To have that in one's home?
Well, they obviously think it's a look.
Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to be that person, I could buy a pot of paint and paint it all. You know, so it all matches. If I really wanted to be that person. Probably not going to be, because I just don't have the energy or the time and everything. But then, I moved my whole flat around, took a picture. I think I've done quite smart with what I've got.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like it.
It's more the fact that there's now just a big, huge space by the door.
Yeah.
And every so often I catch myself like sort of go, oh, Jesus, there's a lot of space.
It feels bigger in here.
It does feel bigger in there. I was talking about, there was the other day, I had like my clothes sorted with my laundry, and I decided it was a nice day, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to put it out in the garden, get a breeze going through, you know, have some air fresh, like outside air freshened laundry.
Nice.
And I put it right outside my kitchen door, and I forgot it was there.
Oh.
And so every time I walked into the kitchen, it was like, oh my fucking God. Every single time. It's like that that gif of the woman in the face mask walking past the mirror. Oh my fucking, like literally every single time, because I had a shirt like hung up on the clothes horse, and it was like,
so it looked like a body.
Looked like a fucking body. And everything was, oh my God. So, you know, that, I was like, right, you are being brought in because you keep making me jump and I don't like it. So yeah, that's been my week. How about you? How are you?
I'm going to take you on an emotional roller coaster, Ben.
Okay.
I was obviously back to work this week.
Really?
I was back to work.
After, you know, rubbing it in my face that you've been on annual leave for 10 days.
Yes, but I was back to work Friday. But good news! The head chef
has quit?
Nope.
Okay.
Why would that be good news?
I don't know. Maybe he's shit.
No, he's great.
Okay.
Leave him the fuck alone. Don't interrupt me when I'm giving you good news.
Okay. Well, no, you've got to do it this proper way. Like Professor Farnsworth.
Well, good news, everybody.
Thank you.
I was doing more of the Jeremy Clarkson Top Gear. Good news.
Okay.
But fair enough. His missus had their second child.
Lovely.
Bad news! It was 2 weeks early. So
Okay.
guess who was in the kitchen? No.
That does explain the Snapchat of you in clogs.
Yep. I was in the kitchen my first weekend back.
Lovely.
It was a busy, well, semi-busy weekend, but we got through it. It was tough. I forget why I don't do kitchen anymore. My mind, it's like, it's a lot.
Yeah, because you forget why you don't do kitchen anymore. Do you remember why you don't do kitchen anymore?
Yeah. I'm not that bad anymore. My temper is not that bad. But yeah, no, it was for a very long, busy first week back. It was good. We had a good laugh. Good weekend of, you know, shenanigans, as they say. It wasn't overly busy, but busy enough to kind of keep us ticking over.
Yeah.
We obviously have celebrated our head chef having his new child. It's number 2, and obviously congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
And best of luck for their life.
Congratulations on your fuck trophies. You can now go out in public and say, look, I can have sex. Well, I've had sex.
With a woman.
With a woman. What? I'm sorry. If I call my best friend's kids fuck trophies, just be grateful I'm not referring to them as crotch goblins.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
that's the other thing.
That is the other thing. You like that one.
I do love that one. That one's just so brilliant. You know, they're fuck trophies if they're relatively well-behaved kids or newborns, because you can't, you know, they don't have personalities yet. And then if they're little shits, they're crotch goblins.
Yeah.
It's simple maths.
It's true.
But just, are you finished with your weekly catch-up?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just to take you back, because you said, that's what they say and everything. I came across this article the other day, and it was new, hip, trendy slang words of
God.
Generation Alpha and what they mean. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And the one that really threw me was gyat. G-Y-A-T.
Okay, what does it mean?
Girl, your ass thick.
I quite like that.
I mean, fine, yeah. But then this article went on to talk about how Generation Alpha are already on TikTok slating the slang terms of generations. What's the one between us and Generation Alpha?
Z. Yeah,
they're already, slating the slang terms for them. And it's like, wow, they're not even like 18 yet. They haven't even known the touch of a woman. And their slang is already being ripped to shit.
You know what? You know what the annoying thing is? Is that actually that generation probably does, because fucking underage pregnancy is like a thing with their generation.
Oh no, that was our generation. We were the fucked up generation. The newer generations coming through, like, they are statistically less likely to drink compared to us and do drugs and shit. They are like we.
Where's the fun in that?
I know.
But did you see that they've also potentially added in another thing into like our millennial thing?
What?
It's like an even smaller bracket within I can't say the word. Millennial category. I can't remember what it was called, but I'll try and find it. If I can, I'll put it up. But it was just like this extra thing, so it was like reduced because millennials is quite a broad year gap, so they've added like an extra bit. I'm just like, can they stop changing what I am, please? At one point, I didn't even think I was a millennial, and then it turned out I was a millennial, and now apparently I might be something else. Maybe. I can't keep up with it.
No.
It's too much.
It is too much. But before we get political, let's talk about a political film.
Oh, okay. Ooh, nice segue. Nice segue. So we've just been to see Napoleon
by Ridley Scott.
Starring Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or should I go?
You go first. I think I went first last time.
You did.
So you go first.
Okay. Like with Hunger Games, this was a long film.
Yes.
I enjoyed, as always, the visual.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very well shot. I thought it was a very clever movie with the use of cinematography and CGI in the battle sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was very clever. I thought it was well shot. Ridley Scott is obviously a very good director. Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Kirby is a great actor. Rupert Everett was in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have my main critique of the movie that I couldn't understand why, and I will use another movie for this as a reference as well, is I do not understand why everybody was speaking with English accents when they were French.
Yeah.
And the English was speaking with English accents, but then everybody else was speaking with an accent of their country. So the Austrians, the Russians, they were all speaking with their accents, but the French were not speaking with French accents.
Maybe Joaquin Phoenix is shit at accents?
Possibly. There's a very famous movie for this called Alexander, starring Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And Val Kilmer. And he was obviously playing Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
And they were all speaking with Irish accents, because obviously Colin Farrell couldn't do it. So it was just, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And it was like a small thing, which most of the time you can kind of overlook in a movie.
Yep.
But when they're like, I love France, and they're speaking so British.
Yeah.
And it would just, it really took me out of it.
Maybe they needed to do what the old school Assassin's Creeds did, where they wouldn't speak with a French accent or something, but like they'd be talking and then they'd litter in a French word to sort of remind you, like, these are actually talking French, but, you know, imagine you're in the TARDIS and it's translating for you.
Yeah. It's a good thing you brought up TARDIS. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, will we now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought the movie was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be more of action sprinkled in with parts of his life.
Yeah.
As opposed to most of his life sprinkled in with action.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Obviously, it touches on some very famous battles that he was in.
Yep.
There was...
Other than Waterloo, can you remember any of them?
No. But I think that was because the movie was... I was speaking... I said to American, and when it finished, he said, how long was it? I said, it was 2 hours and 38, which was the same as Hunger Games last week. And he was just... But I said to him, it felt longer than that felt longer than Hunger Games, didn't he? He said, yeah, it did. Really did. So I do feel like pacing was an issue with the film.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thoughts on the film.
Yeah.
Ben, yours?
For me, I initially didn't feel like it was a long film.
Oh, really?
Initially.
Oh, okay.
It was trundling along, and in my head, I was like, you know what? This is going at a nice pace. I'm happy with it.
I feel like I feel like the same thing happened to me and you in this.
And it was like, you know what? This is going on along at a nice pace. Ooh, fox.
Cat.
No, fox, cat.
Big cat.
Big cat. But yeah, I was like, this is going on at a nice pace. It's covering the story nicely.
Yeah.
You know, because they try to cover as much of his life from like the revolution to his death. So I was like, it's going along nicely. We're probably at the 2-hour mark now, so there's probably about 40 minutes left. And then the woman in front of us pulled her phone out and looked at the time, and I looked at it and I was like, shit, it's only been an hour and 20 minutes.
We did the same thing. I literally had the same fucking process.
And it was at that moment I was like, oh, this is so long.
Because I was about to look at my watch and I saw her put her phone out and I was like, ooh. I was like, what?
Yeah. I was so shocked that it had only been an hour and like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
How? Like,
We still got an hour and 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But yeah, it was that moment that it suddenly ground to a halt for me. Because it was that, you know, it's like when you're in a school lesson.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, it's only 100 minutes. And then it's
Yeah.
like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, an hour's passed and it's only been 10 minutes.
It's really, yeah.
So it was that kind of thing. And it's like, how can you manage to, Ridley Scott, how do you manage to do that in a film? Like when someone's gone, oh, surely 2 hours have passed by now, and it's an hour and 20 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness me.
Right.
But yeah, I am going to give credit to a TV series now, which we've you know, never spoken of on the, or maybe we have.
Okay.
Game of Thrones did wonders for battle scenes.
Yes.
Because Game of Thrones were the first ones who were like, right, we are going to give you a medieval battle scene. Because they even talk about it in the commentary of the Battle of the Bastards, the two directors, what's his face, Benioff and Weiss. They were both like, yeah, we wanted to give you a proper medieval battle scene. So it was muddy, it was dirty, it was dank, it was bloody, blah, blah, blah. And ever since then, it's like people have gone, oh, you can do realistic battle scenes. Because before then, this is the first film I can think of off the top of my head where you've actually got not just your infantry and your cavalry, but you've got drummers, you've got flagmen, you've got all these other extra things that, of course, you don't have nowadays.
Yeah. I think for me, kind of, and I will refer to a TV show as well.
Okay.
But I don't know if you've watched it. I may have mentioned it once. But Sharps, starring Sean Bean, it was the old ITV TV show. It's obviously based on the Napoleon Wars.
Yep.
So, like, there was the battle scene at the end where Waterloo, when, like, the English were coming out. And I thought in my head, I was like, right, cavalry's coming, set square. And they said, set square! And I was like, oh my God, I know something! So, I kind of understood bits of it, so I kind of enjoyed it. But for me, I think that, like you said, Game of Thrones did wonders for like that. But then I also think, actually, thinking back, Ridley Scott directed Gladiator, and that opening battle sequence of Gladiator in the forest was disgusting. It was muddy, it was bloody, it was gory, and you know, and I feel like there was scenes in this movie when the battle scenes happened, there was essences of that. But I didn't feel like it was as gory.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even with like the cannon fodder at the beginning.
I will admit, I nearly got up and walked out of the film.
Why?
When they were doing the opening title sequences and Apple appeared as a die-hard Android fan, I was like, no, sir! I will not partake!
I know. I knew it was an Apple movie. Because I think originally it was only going to be an Apple exclusive.
Right.
And then I think it got enough traction that they were like, oh, we'll do a cinema release. Which I think is good.
Yeah.
Because we've brushed on this before, like, when we've been to see a movie and we've seen, like, Sky Productions come up.
Yeah.
I think it's great that they're branching out. But it also does make me wonder whether or not this was supposed to be, like, maybe a mini-series as opposed to a movie.
You know what? It would have worked as a mini TV series.
I think it would. You could have added a bit more, depth to stuff. And I think it would have been paced better, even if it was, like, only 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
An hour and a bit each. You could have padded it out a bit more.
Yeah.
and I think it would have worked.
I agree.
I don't know if... I think Ridley Scott's done a mini-series before.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
But yeah, so it was long. Did I mind all the politicalness? I think because now we're out of school and I'm not forced to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I am more interested in history now. And so, of course, as I said to you, I've watched videos on YouTube about the Napoleonic Wars and the French Revolution and everything like that. And so I kind of, like, half the politics stuff I knew was what was going on because I'd already watched videos about it.
Yeah.
So did I mind the politics as much? I'm not too sure. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. Now to discuss historical accuracy. If you want to quote what Ridley Scott said when people confronted him about it.
Yeah, a historian confronted him and Ridley Scott's answer was you there? No, so fuck off.
Yeah. I think that's a bit sort of not abrupt by Ridley Scott, but
he's
like
very abrupt.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just... The problem is of course, people have attacked him. The French have attacked him because the French are not happy with how Napoleon's been portrayed. Fine, whatever. You know,
they never are.
Well, it's your national hero.
Yeah.
He's been presented a bit as a sort of like a whiny child. You're going to be upset. It's a lot like China getting upset about how Mulan was portrayed in the Disney films.
Yes.
It's their national hero. It's not been portrayed as they know her.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be upset. Napoleon's been portrayed... Because let's put it this way. He was portrayed from the Anglo-centric viewpoint. They even made a joke about him being short when, you know, it has come forward. Actually, no, he wasn't short for the time period. He was short compared to us nowadays. I think he was like 5'7".
Yeah, 5'6",
or something like that.
5'7". But back in the day, that was
normal. That was normal height. So yes, to us he's short, but for the time he was alive, it was a perfectly acceptable height. But of course, the film even makes a joke of him being short.
Yeah. Which I thought was quite clever, actually.
Yeah. So obviously, it's created from a British, even though Ridley Scott's American.
Pass. I think he is.
But it was taken from an Anglo point of view. I was going to segue into something else for that, but I can't remember what. Yeah, right. So. I saw a critique of this and said, oh, you know, it's not historical, it's not historically accurate, blah, 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 blah. People rely on movies to, you know, inform them of what's going on. Sure. Kids these nowadays don't listen in school, they rely on what they watch on the TV and in the cinema. I'm sorry, but if you're stupid enough to believe what you see on a screen, you do not deserve any sort of respect or time to voice your opinions. If you believe that this is a real historical accuracy of events, do you also believe that they sung during the revolution? You know, they build barricades in the streets and do you hear the people?
Yeah,
no one ever goes, oh well, Les Miserables is a real historical accurate thing. No, it's not.
No, I fully agree with what you're saying. However, I also do understand what this person was saying in the sense of, like, if you go and see a biopic, you expect it to be as accurate as possible.
Yes, but usually they call themselves a biopic, or they'll say in the tagline, based on real history.
This obviously
says neither of them.
Well, no, but it is obviously based on true events.
It's a reimagining of true events. That's what it is.
Yeah. But it doesn't say that.
No.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So I can kind of see where they're coming from.
I can see where they're coming from. It's just wrong. They're just stupid.
Fair enough.
You know, it's...
Ben has spoken.
I have spoken! It's just, if he had said, this is going to be historically accurate, fine, yes, rip him to shit about being not historically accurate. But he hasn't said that.
No.
It's just these are the famous moments of Napoleon's life, and I'm going to depict them, you know... do a reimagining of them. Why are people getting upset that it's not historically accurate? I do not know. When it's not claiming to be historically accurate. Like, do we think the Assassin's Creed games are historically accurate? No. They take place in historically accurate moments of time.
Yeah.
With famous figures, but we're not going, oh yeah, well, Napoleon Bonaparte, he was friends with the assassins. We don't, you know, people don't play the video games and believe that.
Well, yeah.
Well, if they do, then, my God, we allow these people to vote?
Oh dear.
So yeah, so it's angered me a little bit that people are like, oh, it's not historically accurate. It's like, well, nothing is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a long film. Did I enjoy it?
I'm not in a rush to see it again, so
No.
I don't think I didn't mind it. Like you said before, to me it's like a nothing movie. You know.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just having a coughing fit.
Yeah. Ben's still ill.
I'm still ill.
So we power on for you.
We are
the
professional
people.
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it was a great film. I don't think it was a bad film.
I'm in no rush to see it again myself. I'm
Yeah.
in no rush to go recommend it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people are like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix, love him, great
Yeah.
actor. Ridley Scott, love him, great director.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Oh, should I go watch it?
I mean, you're not missing anything if you don't.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's nothing stopping.
but they
you
both,
from watching.
you know, director-wise does a perfectly serviceable job.
Yeah.
Actor-wise does a perfectly serviceable job.
Yeah. They're
So-
not contending for the Oscars with this one, that's for sure.
Though, as we walked out when you went pee,
Yeah.
American was like, definitely a contender for Oscars.
Really?
Yeah.
American? What the fuck?
American, he said that and he was like, yep, definitely contender for Oscars, best director and best actor. I was
Fair
like,
play.
okay,
He obviously liked it more than I thought.
obviously.
But yeah, no, fair play. Fair play.
Deuce.
Right. Quick. Obviously, Doctor Who's back.
Yep.
We are big Doctor Who fans in this car.
You're a big Doctor Who fan. I'm a acolyte.
Ben's an acolyte of a Doctor Who fan. I like Doctor Who. I'm glad it's back. I thought the first episode was a strong, solid start. And it's nice to see David Tennant and Catherine Tate doing something again, even though it's Doctor Who, and they've kind of brought it back, revived that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think their chemistry on screen is very good. I enjoy
Doctor Who fan, do tell me, because as I said, I'm not a full Doctor Who fan. I've never watched the original series. I've started with New Who. Toymaker. I know he's the villain of the next two specials.
No, the last
special. Right, okay, fine. Is he a Time Lord as well, or is he just a villain?
No, I think he's just a villain off the
Just
top of
a
my
villain.
head. Because he's only ever appeared once, and that was like in the first season, like third episode, second episode, something like that. So he's never been like then reportrayed.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what Neil Patrick Harris does.
Yeah. To echo what you said, love David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
Yeah.
They've got such great chemistry. And what I really liked about their original run, and which of course has been echoed in this very first special, of course we don't know how the next two are going to go.
Yeah.
But like all the companions leading up to Donna were love interests.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
got boring. Whereas
Yeah,
Donna
yeah.
was just a purely friend.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's two friends in a box doing wacky adventures.
Yeah. A mate.
A mate.
I just want a
mate. And that worked. And I was really, you know, I'm down for that. Not everything has to come down to sex and a relationship.
Yeah, a romantic thing between
You
the
know.
two leads.
Yeah. Like there was, what was it? I've stopped reading them because they kind of annoyed me. But the Cormoran Strike novels, written by Robert Galbraith, cough, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
The Cormoran Strike, the detective, and his assistant Robin, they had such a great friendship. And then the very last book I've read,
Yeah, they're getting together.
they're getting together. And of course now in the, like, I don't know if they break up in the future books because I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, okay.
Because I think in the TV adaptation, the last season, they've just started to get together.
It doesn't need to be.
I know.
You don't have to force a relationship in there.
Well, considering as well that she wrote the fact that Hermione got with Ron instead of Hermione getting with Harry, she would understand that you two leads can have a friend, you know, the main character can have a female friend.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously she's chosen to do it that way.
She has, and I think she's wrong.
Wow.
But anyway.
Final
Final thoughts?
It's fucking cold!
It's fucking gold. When you donate furniture, donate the whole set.
Don't give somebody half. That's just mean. You might as well just sold it and got a few quid.
Fairest thing is I went to Edge at work and I was like, how long do you have to keep a piece of furniture before chucking it without looking rude and ungrateful? And she's like, explain. And I told her, and she was like, 3 months? I was like, 3 months it is.
Yeah. Timer set.
Yeah, but in 3 months' time, I won't have enough money for my own dining table, so I'll keep it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have managed to scrounge chairs. It's sorted.
It's sourced for you to sit there by yourself.
Yes. I just need dinner mats now.
eBay.
Well, I was about to say Christmas present, but you probably already bought my Christmas present. Yours turned up today. It's so stupid. It's so
I love it already.
stupid.
I love it already.
Right, on it. Honestly, I really want to give it to you now because I'm like, mate, I cannot wait another month for you to get a message from you going, the fuck?
I can't wait. I copped out this year, so.
I have returned to form. It's Batman themed.
Excellent.
But it's stupid.
I love it. I love it already.
So furniture, cold,
work, but congratulations, head chef.
Congratulations on your fuck trophy.
Yeah.
Hold it up like Simba.
And go, wow. Napoleon, okay. Nothing, Phil. Nothing.
I just maybe if
we've had a run of bad films.
We have had a run of bad films. Maybe Napoleon. If you're interested in history and you haven't watched anything yet, go watch it to get an idea. But it's not historically accurate.
And then go research it.
Yeah.
If it piques your interest, then research more.
Because this is the thing. The moment someone tries to unalive themselves, I was sitting there going, I don't remember that. And so when the credits started rolling, that was the first thing I did.
I wonder what
straight
was
to
the first
Wikipedia, and I was like, did he try? But then everyone was like, I need to pee, so we just started moving before that. To be fair, I thought the lady in front of us who looked at her phone halfway through.
I thought they were going to get I thought they were going to leave early.
I thought, because they looked at their phone when someone dies in the film. And I thought, oh, is she looking up if she actually did die of that and everything? No, she was looking at restaurants or something.
They were looking, I don't know what they were, at one point they were looking at their Ring doorbell. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, for her, you know how when you search something on Google and it gives you little red pins and everything on the map?
Yeah.
I can only assume it was like restaurants or something. Maybe they were looking at what was still open.
Maybe.
Post-film. And I was like, wow, okay. We're nearly at the end. We've probably got like 20 minutes left. Can you not just wait? But
yeah, interesting.
Apparently not.
And Doctor Who. I'm
Good
happy
start.
It's back. Strong start. Interesting.
Strong?
I thought it was a strong start. For me, the only really weird bit was the weird intro bit on the green screen with him just standing there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't understand
him
that.
and Catherine Tate staring down the
camera. And like...
You know my feelings on down the camera monologues.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I know you don't like him. I don't like. But the thing for me that I found really weird is that I can understand why they've done it, because they've tried to recap their story for people that might not necessarily know it, which is good. However, then they reference the whole thing throughout the TV show, so you don't need that bit at the beginning.
Yeah. The bit that really annoyed me.
What?
He's already out of Whittaker's clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because you haven't watched Whittaker's Regeneration. It was really weird. So when she
stands on a cliff and she goes,
yeah, and when she regenerates and turns into him,
her clothes. Yes, I remember now, because the whole internet was like, what?
Why? So they've literally done. Oh, new TARDIS. I like it. I like it.
Obviously, it's a nod back to the original TARDIS.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My question is whether or not Shooty Nagawa is going to have that TARDIS, or whether or not they're going to change
do
it
another TARDIS.
Another one. For like, just they're going to have this one for 3 episodes.
Maybe.
Interesting.
No.
I don't think they will. But then
Talking of which...
But Matt Smith's first one was only 1 season, and they changed again.
Mm-hmm. Talking of which, there was one thing I wanted to message on the group chat once Hufflepuff had watched it.
Yes.
My God, the budget for that first episode.
Well, Disney now co-owns the thing. That's yeah. So that I thought you realised that. So for the rest of the world so Final Thoughts has gone back to Doctor Who. For the rest of the world,
wibbly wobbly timely wimey.
So it used to be on like BBC America and stuff.
Yes.
It's now on Disney Plus. Disney have increased their budget. They said, right, what's your budget? For example, 1 million. They go, cool, we'll double it and we'll give you. We'll match your thing.
I was sitting there going,
so production value has gone through the roof.
100%.
That's why you got the new Whoniverse, because MCU.
Oh,
all that
I
stuff.
didn't appreciate. Sorry, did I just spit in your face?
fine. It's fine. We're excited.
I didn't appreciate. I didn't approve. I was like, BBC, you are not Marvel.
So you
Sit down. Stay
obviously-
in your corner.
But there's obviously that. So there's obviously that's their influence.
Oh.
And obviously you've now got the Avengers Tower, which is Unit Tower in London.
Yes.
Yes, so that's Avengers
Yes.
Tower.
I
Yeah.
clocked
Even
that.
looks it.
I
Even
clocked
looks like
that.
Avengers Tower. So
Yeah. No. Now that I know it's Disney, I'm like, the
Disney.
universe.
Yeah, the Universe.
Opening, I was
but they
not
literally, they said, well, we'll buy the rights and we'll double your budget for production.
That makes more sense.
So that's why it looks. What do you think of the screwdriver being able to make shields?
Oh,
They've really like boosted the like.
It can
the,
do
the
anything
thing
now.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I felt about it, to be honest.
No, it's
At
basically
first-
it's no longer a sonic screwdriver.
No, it's
a magic wand.
It is literally a magic wand.
He's gone full. He's no longer the Doctor. He's Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, pretty much. Way. But yeah, because at first, and I saw some things online which I thought was quite interesting. Because like when he did the board thing and he was looking at it, I saw like somebody say, I thought that was really interesting. Maybe that's how he kind of the sonic screwdriver. He sees like the information that he can put up, but not other people can see. Maybe. I thought that was interesting because it's his screwdriver and obviously has many settings. Blah blah blah.
Maybe.
Blah. And I thought. In my head, I kind of had the same thought process. Oh, maybe that's how he's reading it, and instead of because he used to listen to it, didn't he? Oh, maybe that's how he's kind of reading it. And then he created a fucking bulletproof shield with it. And I was like, nah, that's me. Tapped.
Yeah, no, it's become a magic wand now.
Yeah, it is.
Like
it is.
let's rethink about what it's called. Sonic screwdriver.
It's literally just should be used to fix things and open the door.
Yeah.
Not create.
At least when he listened to it, Sonic sound.
Yeah.
So he's listening to it.
Yeah.
I was okay with it resonating the concrete or mortar.
Oh, yeah.
Because sound vibrates, resonate concrete.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Mwah, love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the screens.
Miriam Margolyes. Funny. I thought she was funny.
Yes, funny.
But with that said,
let us know down in the comments below.
let us know down below.
Do you think it's cold? Have you switched to your winter duvet yet? Or are you like us and toughing it out?
Oh no, I switched mine ages ago, Ben.
Like me, still toughing it out, still in the nude, still in the summer duvet.
What did you think of Napoleon if you watched it? What did you think of Doctor Who if you watched it? Let us know down below. If you haven't liked this video already, please do like this video. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to get notified when we drop our videos. And if you are listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review because it is very helpful, and comment down below as well. Thank you very much indeed.
And we'll see you in the next one.
We will see you in the next one.
Bye. Guys.